May 22nd, 2026. A dry line had formed near Plainview, Texas. 3 massive storms converged. This is a story of what the Outback Storm Chaser team saw that day. To keep this kind of simple, a tornado forms when warm moist air meets alternate cool or warm air, and they combine with the warm air going up in an updraft and rotating. Higher upper atmosphere winds will catch this updraft, elongating this updraft and forming a tornado. Stronger upper atmosphere winds are required for stronger tornadoes. Yeah, mate, like and subscribe. Outback Storm Chasers. Go onto Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. Put in Outback, one word, Storm Chasers, one word. Like our music, buddy. Yeah. We come from the land down under, New Zealand and Australia. Cat De Silva, scientist. Dr. BJ, scientist. Greg Campbell, scientist. Nathan Parrott, scientist. Yeah, buddy. That's the team. And our dogs, Rainbow and Cowboy. Science dog, sniffing out storms. Belt buckle clink, yeah, boy. So off we go on our mission. Travel America, promote the music, and chase our storms. And by crikey, isn't there some wonderful scenery and storms to see, and some great people to meet around America? Just beautiful.
Multi-buckle.
But we also want naders. Naders. We love naders. Big naders, little naders, wet naders, blowy naders, lots of blowy naders. I love naders. Here's us in Oklahoma, near an EF3 that we got right underneath. Lots of fun. Yeehaw. Anyway, not our first rodeo. Pack your bags, have a wine, get 3 planes, land in the Midwest. Here we go. Let's whip it. Plainview is way out in West Texas, dry. Only a slight risk from the SPC and a 2% chance of tornadoes. Warm moist air coming from the Gulf and warm dry air coming from New Mexico. A kink had formed in the dry line near Plainview, Texas. As we came up to Plainview, we could see an anvil top. And as we got to the other side of Plainview, we could see a large land spout coming close to the I-27. I think land spouts should have their own symbol and chasing apps. Maybe an upside-down tornado like this. So, should we stay in Plainview? Or should we head out to where the bigger storms were? Most of the chasers were out to the west, some were to the south, and very few where we were. We saw another land spout to our north, and another was reported to our east. We second-guessed ourselves 9 times down the same road before finally deciding that we should just move south a little bit near Abernathy. Subtle hints on radar and surface measurements led us to believe this is where the action was going to be for the day. Standing on the border, we could feel the mixing air and look above us to see the mixing clouds. We knew we were in the right place. We really hoped that the upper atmosphere was going to have a higher velocity to create a more defined tornado. But today was going to be unique in itself. Not many people get to stand between 3 storms as they combine to form a tornado, and you get to stand it in a hook and see it all go down. It was going to happen, and it was going to happen pretty quickly. We were lucky to be the only ones in the right place to be standing right there in that hook. Warm moist air from the southeast was about to meet the air coming from the southwest, which was advancing rapidly. Squeezing between the storms, we were in the right place to see something go down. We were ready to party. Here we go. Yeehaw! At the beginning and throughout the process of the tornado, we weren't exactly sure which way it was going to go. At first, we thought it might come directly towards us. As it's forming, the farmer and the tractor here to our left has got out to come and have a talk to us. We weren't exactly sure where it was going to go. So he called his family, gave them a warning, and then called for a pickup. Here comes his pickup now. At all times, we had our escape route ready to go, and that was behind us on a sealed road. The roads to our south and north were unpaved and would get extremely muddy. We could get stuck in front of a tornado. We're currently between 3 supercell storms, with the one in front of us about to form a tornado. We've been doing this for many years now, and we're aware of the risks. We don't recommend that people go out and do this, even if you are experienced. As the tornado formed, so did the hail. Luckily for us, we could see that the tornado was moving from our right to our left across the field in front of us and wasn't going to impact our path directly. However, we didn't know exactly what sort of turn it was going to make. It was going to be a narrow escape between two hail cores. As the tornado became obscured and seemed to dissipate, it looked as if the warm inflow had been cut off by cool downflow. We couldn't be sure of this, and so we crept our way between the two hail cores. Here's a view from one of our phones at normal speed. You can see there's some satellite funnels coming around the rotation. And as it starts to intensify, you'll see the rear inflow jet, also known as the ghost train, appear from the right-hand side. With all the backlighting, it really was quite a picturesque scene.
It's time to dream, drift off to sleep, dream and place that we land.
Here's what Nathan Moore saw from the other side, on the I-27.
Doing no harm, or raising alarms. Untold scenes, right at twilight at time, before you call to say you're right. Thanks for the love, you're fragile, I know. Been broke before, but you don't come. Goes down. Untold scenes.
Normally when chasing and you get smushed by 3 supercells, it all turns to mush. But this was one of the more beautiful tornadoes that I've ever seen. And I really appreciate being there with my friends to watch it. Cheers, mate. Now what are you waiting for? Get on over to Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and look up Outback Storm Chasers. Yeah.